Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully everyone's having a brilliant day today. Today we're looking at 22 platinum trophies going to be free for every PlayStation 5 PlayStation Plus user for the month of November 2020 and potentially beyond as well. That's right, we're talking about the PlayStation Plus collection of games today. This includes 20 games, awesome games, from the PS4 generation for free for PlayStation 5 PS Plus users. What we're going to be doing is going through every single game on this list. I'm going to be giving every one of them a trophy score and time to platinum. And then over the next 4 days, I will have a trophy guide and roadmap out for all 22 games in the PlayStation Plus collection. That's why I look like this. I know. Let's get on with the video. Alrighty guys, welcome back to the channel. Hopefully you're having a fantastic day. If you're a new viewer of the channel, please consider hitting the subscribe button down here somewhere. I make new videos like this every single day on the channel, looking at PlayStation and trophies and PlayStation 5 and all of the good stuff in between. So hit the subscribe button so you can stay up to date. Today, we're taking a look at every single game in the PlayStation Plus collection, which is starting in November, on November 12th when the PlayStation 5 launches. Now, for those of you who are unaware, the PlayStation Plus collection is a collection of 20 games, 10 first-party games and 10 third-party games, which are all going to be given to PlayStation 5 PS Plus users for free. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is going through every single game briefly, and we'll be giving every one of them a trophy difficulty score, as well as a time to platinum. Now, the idea behind this is that you can pick and choose. Maybe there's games here that you've started and haven't finished. Maybe there's games here that you're keen to play and haven't started, and it will give you an idea of which ones you might want to play for the month of November when you get given it for free. Following this up, I'll also have a full trophy guide and roadmap for every single game mentioned in this video, and they'll be coming out over the next couple of days. This has been an enormous project, a massive undertaking, something that I probably underestimated how long it was going to take me, to be completely honest. Hence why uploads have been slow over the last week or so, periodically coming out over the next couple of days, all the way up until the PlayStation 5's launch on the 12th of November. I don't even know what the best way to do this is. I've got a full list written out here in front of me. Guess let's just go on and have a look at them all. First game on the list is Infamous Second Son. Infamous Second Son is a 3 out of 10 difficulty, and it's going to take you around 20 hours to complete. The game does require multiple playthroughs to get the platinum trophy in, but it's probably one of the, honestly, the shortest games on this entire list. This was a fantastic launch window title from the PlayStation 4, and one that you should absolutely check out if you haven't already. Next up is Bloodborne, which is absolutely one of my top 5 games of this entire generation. There's another video about that coming soon. It's a 5 out of 10 platinum difficulty, and it's going to take you around 50 hours to platinum. It is absolutely one of the more skill-based difficult platinums on this list, but with a bit of practice, anyone can learn Bloodborne if they persist with it for long enough. God of War, which again sits on that list. It's a 5 out of 10 difficulty, and it's going to take you around the same amount of time as Bloodborne, 50 hours. This is a complete reimagining of the God of War franchise. You don't need to play the previous games to understand this one. You can jump straight in and enjoy it. It's a semi-open world, I guess, third-person action game, and easily one of the best action games of the entire generation. Uncharted for the final Uncharted game. Well, with Nathan Drake in it at least. This again is a 5 out of 10 difficulty. It's going to take you around 50 hours. Bit of a weird pattern here with some of the earlier Sony titles. The difference on this one is that there is an online component to this game as well, and you will need to do some online trophies. They're not egregious. They're really just a dipping of the toe in the water, but it's important to be aware of that just in case you're really anti-online trophies for some reason. Days Gone, another 5 out of 10 difficulty platinum, which is going to take you around 50 hours. This one you take on the role of Deacon St. John. He's a pretty much just Nathan Drake, but motorcycle version of Nathan Drake in this open world zombie apocalypse. Really awesome open world game with this like sprawling massive narrative to it as well. Super underrated and definitely went under the radar of a lot of people earlier on in this generation. Hopefully coming free to PlayStation Plus like this will mean that more people will check this one out and it doesn't get overlooked this time. Another really easy and quick platinum is Ratchet and Clank. This is the reimagining of the original Ratchet and Clank that ties in with the Ratchet and Clank movie, which was something we'd talk about that much. It's a 3 out of 10 difficulty, and it's going to take you around 25 hours to platinum. Maybe a little bit less than that. It does require multiple playthroughs because you have to play through on New Game Plus and upgrade all your weapons and things like that as well. Detroit Become Human is another 3 out of 10 difficulty that's about 25 hours long in length. This one here is going to require multiple playthroughs as well to make sure you get all the various endings and see all the different scenarios in the game. It's essentially a choose your own adventure novel, but in video game form. An awesome game. I know this one has been free on PlayStation Plus before though, so hopefully a lot of you guys have already checked it out. Until Dawn, another 3 out of 10 difficulty. difficulty, and this one's going to take you around 15 hours to platinum. Very similar to Detroit Become Human. You're playing as these different, basically campers, I guess, in a horror movie type scenario where these monsters start coming out and slowly killing everybody. The cool thing about this game is that everyone can die or live depending on what decisions you make. The platinum trophy does take a little bit of finessing because you do have to follow very specific story cues to unlock trophies, but not a very difficult platinum at all. The Last of Us Remastered. I mean, you guys have played this. 6 out of 10 difficulty. It's going to take you like 80 hours, and that's mostly because of the online component and the hard difficulty playthroughs. You have to play through the game on the hardest difficulty, and you have to do a ton of online. The online takes a really long time, worth pointing out. The Last Guardian. This is one that definitely went under the radar when it came out. It was overhyped for years and years and years, and then it kind of just came out and we never hear about it again. It's a 5 out of 10 platinum difficulty, and it's going to take you about 30 or so hours to platinum. There are some weird things with the controls in this game, and there are some weird glitches in this game as well, but it's well worth checking out, especially considering it's free on PlayStation Plus. And those are all the Sony first-party titles. We're halfway through, that means. Now we're going to look at the third-party titles that are coming out, which are equally as awesome. First is Battlefield 1. Battlefield 1 is a 5 out of 10 difficulty. It's going to take you around 40 hours to platinum, and yes, there are online trophies to this will take you a fair bit of time as well to earn. Battlefield 1 being Battlefield in World War I. This is one of the most well-received Battlefield games, and honestly, since Bad Company 2, this is my favorite Battlefield game that's launched. Awesome single-player story with all these mini vignettes in it that tell these really, really neat and emotional stories about war. Call of Duty Black Ops 3. This is probably my least favorite Black Ops game, if I'm being really honest, and the Platinum Trophy is quite difficult too. This is the hardest one we've looked at so far. It's a 7 out of 10 difficulty, and it's going to take you around 100 hours. Always has your staple single player, multiplayer, and zombies. I mean, except for Black Ops 4 that kind of didn't do all that, but it's got these 3 modes, this one here, and you're going to have to spend a decent amount of time in every single mode to get all the trophies. Zombies is really tough as nails, and there's a lot of trophies tied to that. Same with multiplayer, and then same with single player. Keep that in mind if you're going for this platinum. Fallout 4, one of the best RPGs that came out on the PlayStation 4 generation, maybe except for Witcher 3. 4 out of 10 difficulty, it's going to take you around 50 hours, and that's because you do need to have some clever save files in there to play through the various endings that you can choose in the game, all in a single playthrough. Resident Evil 7, probably one of my favorite horror games of all time. This is a 4 out of 10 difficulty, and it's going to take you about 30 hours. You do have to play through this game multiple times, I think 2 or 3 times at a minimum as well. Plus there's a speedrun trophy for finishing the game super speedy, so you do have to play it in a very specific and different kind of way. The game is phenomenal though. The procedural generation with the way that the villains in this game wander around the house completely freely is just creepy, unsettling, and something that I wish more video games did. Batman Arkham Knight, probably one of the more disappointing Batman games. However, it's an amazing game to be getting given for free. 5 out of 10 difficulty, and it's going to take you around 80 or so hours to platinum this game. It's a very long and time-consuming open world adventure game set in the Batman universe. If you've played any of the previous Arkham games, it's essentially those, but then this much bigger, and they threw the Batmobile in there, which kind of sucked. Okay, this is where you get your extra 2 games from. So Crash Bandicoot The Insane Trilogy is included in this deal, which includes Crash 1, Crash 2, and Crash 3. Hence, you're getting the 2 extra platinums, meaning there's 22 instead of just 20 because of the Insane Trilogy. So let's go through those. Crash Bandicoot 1, obviously the hardest of the trilogy, because there's just some stuff that's not refined as much in there, and the mechanics are a little bit more complicated to get your head around. Some of the level design is also very unforgiving in that game as well. Crash Bandicoot 1 is a 7 out of 10 difficulty, and it's going to take you 30 hours. You know what Crash is, I don't probably need to explain that, hopefully. Crash 2, similar situation, 5 out of 10 difficulty, so it's significantly easier, and the time to platinum for this one is 25 hours. And Crash 3, I'm going to give exactly the same score, 25 hours and a 5 out of 10 difficulty. Now, they're still not trivial platinums because you do still need to do all the platforming and get everything perfect. They still take time. Crash Bandicoot is still a tough game, but 2 and 3 are just significantly easier than Crash 1. Final Fantasy 15. Final Fantasy 15, which is a JRPG I never thought would ever come out, but it finally came out this generation. This is a 5 out of 10 difficulty, and it's going to take you around 80 or so hours to platinum this game. Monster Hunter Worlds, a game that honestly I think a lot of people passed on, especially trophy hunters, because of how time consuming the platinum is in this one, but it is an amazing game and something you guys should absolutely check out if you have time to jump in and play this one. You're going to have a blast with it. There's so much in this game. Platinum, though, kind of sucks. It's a 5 out of 10 difficulty, but that's kind of with the good stops. It's actually about a 250 hour platinum trophy. I know. Persona 5! Not Royal, just Persona 5. Which is still good. It's still good. 3 out of 10 difficulty, gonna take you around 150 hours to platinum. This is like arguably the best JRPG that came out on the PlayStation 4. I don't know if there is one that kind of surpasses it in terms of everything. I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments down below. And the final game is Mortal Kombat X. Fighting game, obviously the newest game in the Mortal Kombat franchise, pretty sure. It's a 6 out of 10 difficulty. It's going to take you about 65 hours to platinum, and there is an online component to this one as well. This one here, you're going to have to get pretty good at the game. You're going to have to get good if you want to platinum this one. And there you go. That is 20 games on the PlayStation Plus collection. 22 platinums that you could potentially earn. I guess technically like 24 if you include like Bugsnax and the other games that came out already this month. But for the purpose of the title of the video and all the SEO, we're going to say 22 because it sounds nicer. 22 platinum trophies that you can earn. Now remember, I will be doing trophy guides and roadmaps for every single one of these games over the coming 5 days. They will all be released on the channel. If there's anything specific you want to check out in significantly more detail, those videos will go into exactly what's required to platinum those games completely spoiler free. So you're not going to have the game ruined for you, but you're going to know exactly how to get the platinum trophy when you go in there and tackle it. This has been a massive undertaking on the channel. So if you enjoyed this video and this content and everything revolving around this concept, please share this video. Share it on Reddit. Share it with your friends. And let's get this channel trending, boys. Let's get this channel trending. I would really appreciate it if you did. That would be fantastic. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Let me know which ones of these you are going to be going for in the comment section down below. And maybe you'll just influence the order in which the trophy guides and roadmaps pop up on the channel. If you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. For the love of God, give this video a thumbs up, please. And I will see you guys all in the next 22 videos.